Ladies and gentlemen, this was the first piece of news I woke up to this morning, and I'm pissed. Those of you that are familiar with me and my channel know that Mulan is my favorite Disney movie of all time. I've been eagerly anticipating the live-action release for Mulan, despite the idiotic decisions of Disney, which have been revealed down the road. However, their motivations seem to be justified. At the start, they wanted to stay loyal to the Ballad of Mulan, the Chinese folklore that Mulan is based on. So they removed certain Disney elements to stay more loyal to that interpretation of Mulan's story. And I was annoyed, but I also understood the motivation to do so. However, I saw this tweet from Get Fandom this morning, and the true reasoning behind all of this nonsense has finally been revealed. Mulan's producer says removing Li Shang from the film was influenced by #MeToo, the #MeToo movement. Having a commanding officer that is also the sexual love interest was very uncomfortable, and we didn't think it was appropriate. And as you can see down below, that's my reaction right there. And I suppose it's all of your reaction as well. Having a sexual love interest that was very uncomfortable, and we didn't think it was appropriate. Oh boy. Right, so this proves that the idiots working on Mulan never actually saw the Disney adaptation of Mulan. To dumb down Shang's character, the second main character of the entire film, who was an excellent character, mind you, to dumb him down and just label him as the sexual love interest, who's also the superior officer, like, that's not only insulting, but it just shows their ignorance and they're fucking just... Why are idiots in charge of our movies, guys? Why are idiots in charge? These politically correct dipshits. Why are they in charge of our movies? I want to know. I need an answer. Someone bestow their wisdom upon me because I don't fucking get it. This idiot who's in charge of the fucking movie, who decided to exclude Li Shang, obviously is unfamiliar with the character. #MeToo does not even remotely pertain to Li Shang. Li Shang and Mulan aren't even... One of the things I like about the story is that it's not really a romance. Li Shang is her commanding officer, and for the entire duration of the film, Li Shang is under the impression that Mulan is a male, not a female. So their relationship, at least from his side, is very platonic. It's only at the end, when she sees how strong and intelligent and brave that Mulan is, after revealing herself to be a woman, that Li Shang falls for her, and they don't even kiss. It's very much implied that they sort of get together at the end, but all he does is stay for dinner. And he approaches Mulan, in the romantical sense, in the non-platonic sense, under the commands of the Emperor of China himself.
The flower that blooms in adversity is the most rare and beautiful of all. Sir, you don't meet a girl like that every dynasty.
The Emperor of China is what's telling Li Shang to go and tap that ass. What's Li Shang gonna do? Ignore the Emperor's advice? Anyway, look, they've excluded Li Shang because of the #MeToo movement. What else have they changed due to politics? Due to stupid politics? My heart goes out to all those people affected by the Me Too movement, don't get me wrong. But to cower before that movement by excluding a main character like Li Shang from my most treasured Disney movie, and the most treasured Disney movie I'm sure a lot of people love Mulan as much as I do. It's beyond stupid. The stupidity is unfathomable. It can't be measured using human measurement. No unit of measurement can label that level of stupidity. But we have more to discuss, sadly. Let's talk about, we're going to go through the full article, all right? I'll give you the full context behind this. And I don't usually typically do these kinds of videos. It takes a lot for me to do a commentary video. My work is usually scripted, and it's usually of a more particular niche. But I love Mulan, and I was planning to give a fully in-depth, honest review on Mulan, and I still will. But this is not... Just about all my optimism is gone now. I was still one of the people on the fence saying, yeah, it could still be good. Now I honestly almost want it to tank. Anyway, Mulan. Why Captain Li Shang isn't in the live-action remake? This is coming from Collider. Alright? As Disney fans eagerly await the theatrical release of the live-action Mulan, some wonder how this version will hold up compared to the animated classic without its heartthrob Li Shang. When fans noticed that Captain Li Shang's name was absent from the casting notices for Mulan, an avalanche of displeasure was made its way across social media, calling the decision dishonor on you. Yeah, so that's a reference to Mushu, who is also not in the movie, by the way. Dishonor on you, dishonor on your cow. We need Eddie Murphy, man. That movie was perfect with Eddie Murphy in there. Anyway, Captain Li Shang was not only a key character in the animated film, but he stole our hearts with his good looks, sick martial arts skills, and catchy song, which is like one of the best songs ever made, by the way. I think it's the best Disney song. Honestly, kill me now if you disagree. I don't give a shit. Mulan soundtrack shits on the Lion King soundtrack. And the Lion King soundtrack is a fucking masterpiece. That Mulan has the best soundtrack in possibly the entirety of film. Alright? And without Li Shang, we're not going to get that the greatest Disney song ever made. And you know which one I'm talking about. Anyway. And he was status as a bisexual icon. What the fuck? He stole our hearts with his good looks, sick martial arts, a catchy song, and status as a bisexual icon. Are you telling me he was attracted to Mulan because, despite the fact that she was posing as a boy? Because that wasn't even remotely hinted at. Their relationship was entirely platonic up to that point. It's the Emperor who convinced him to bloody seek her out after she had revealed that she was a woman. His character, these guys are retarded. These guys are idiots. I don't know if it's just Collider or if this is coming from... No, this is coming from Collider. By Wendy Lee Zaney? I can't pronounce that, but she's a moron. His character helped drive the story forward, pushing not only Mulan, but the rest of his troops to be at their best, and rise to a massive challenge. We also saw the devastation of war through his experience of losing his father. Yes, okay. Thank you. Some more praise for Shang. That whole bisexual icon is retarded, but everything else is pretty much spot on. As you can tell, I haven't really gone through this article yet. I'm reacting to it the same as you. Li Shang's bond with Mulan's male alter ego Ping speaks volumes about the LGBT community, so why isn't Li Shang in the... I don't know what the... There were two soldiers bonding over war, you fucking airhead. There was no LGBT influence there. This is pre-Twitter and the social commentary LGBT echo chamber of the SJWs. This is just authentic storytelling, and there was no LGBT nonsense going on with Ping, Mulan's alter ego, and Shang. There certainly was on Mulan's part, but she was in disguise. Shang wasn't attracted to her or to him in that way. Now, according to producer Jason Reed, we'll actually still have Li Shang in the new Mulan, sort of. Okay, this ought to be good. So, this toolbox has this to say. We split Li Shang into two characters. One became Commander Tung, Donnie Yen, which is a good casting choice, who serves as her surrogate father and mentor over the course of the war. The other is Hong Hu. I don't know that actor's name, I apologize. Yosen Ang? Whatever. Who is Mulan's equal in the squad. I like how they use the word equal. Anyway. Yeah, they use the word equal because you can't have a male superior who's also a love interest. Like, that isn't one of the most famous tropes for male and female. Like, I don't know how many guys out there would agree with this, but like, I had a fantasy growing up that I'd have a hot as fuck teacher. I'm sure plenty of women have had fantasies about having a really hot male teacher or a male coach, or having their boss be really attractive. It's a fantasy trope that both genders have to some extent. But it depends on the individual. I think particularly in the time of the hashtag. Okay, Reed cites the Me Too movement as the influence on their decision to rework the character. I think particularly in the time of the Me Too movement, having a commanding officer that is also a love interest was very uncomfortable, and we didn't think it was appropriate. So you're letting the political state of the world, the retarded political state of the world, the hashtag Me Too movement, which doesn't even remotely pertain to the story of Mulan. You're letting that influence your decision to fuck the story and the characters. Well done. You fucking dumbass. This decision removes the power This decision removes the power differential, but how will Mulan and Hong Chen's dynamic play out? Reed and his team use the animated movie as the model for that level of relationship. New Zealand actor, it's from New Zealand. I thought he was Asian. I thought he was based in China. Who plays Hong described his character as very, very still, honorable, and observant, and talks about his and Mulan's initial dynamic. They start off on the wrong foot. Really, as they progress through the training together, they kind of have this unspoken bond about it because they recognize each other's warrior spirit. That's how they kind of build their friendship up to begin with, through the training and acknowledging each other. While remaining tight-lipped on the LGBT aspect of this character, Anne talked about how he drew his inspiration from Hong Hue. I see this film as a different variation from the animated version and the original story of The Ballad of Mulan. Okay, so it's very, so they aren't, alright, I'll let him talk. I kind of took a different angle from Li Shang's character. I can't really say to a lot of how that will come across, but there is a multi-dimensional layer to him, and the audience will be able to see that when they watch the movie. Li Shang will always have a special place in our hearts, and we will see for ourselves how the dynamic between Mulan and Hong plays out March 27th when Mulan hits theaters. Tickets are on, fuck you. And that's the whole story, guys. It was the hashtag MeToo movement that excluded Li Shang from the casting of Mulan. We're not going to get that beloved song anymore, and the reasoning is because having a male superior, who's also a love interest, which entirely misses the point of Li Shang's character, is too uncomfortable for the current political climate. Fuck Disney. Fuck this decision. I hate it. I think it goes against every law of storytelling. You can't let the political climate influence how you tell stories. You can't let, to a certain extent, you can't let the fans dictate the way the story goes. You need to tell the story. The story needs to be authentic. All right? And especially, you have to remain loyal to what made, if you're making an adaptation, especially this applies. In actuality, an adaptation is the only time an audience can tell you, hey, don't fucking do that. That is not loyal to the source material. But if Mulan is an authentic story based on Chinese folklore, animated by Disney to make a new variation, and I think it's a damn masterpiece. These idiots are fucking everything up to remain politically correct, even though politics have no place in media, and it's one of the reasons I'm making this video. I don't usually talk about politics. As soon as politics get involved in media, that's when I take issue. It happened with Star Wars. It ruined Terminator just fucking months ago, and now it's gonna ruin Mulan. Li Shang, they fucked Li Shang's character. They turned Li Shang's authority figure into an old grandpa, so there's no sexual attraction to Mulan, even though that was never the point of the relationship to begin with. And they turned what looks to be Li Shang's personality, character, and demeanor into Mulan's equal. Her soldier on the battlefield, who I bet they're going to turn into the biggest beta of all time. Because Mulan is the main character. She's the star of the show. And, she can't be bested by... if they're going to remain politically correct for the Me Too movement, they're not going to let Shang or Shang's discount... live action, mutated, Frankenstein, whatever the fuck they've turned him into. They're not going to let him best her on the field, in authority, in anything. When the whole point of Mulan's story is that she was very much oppressed when she joined the army. She was in danger. She had to find a way to survive and excel and earn respect for herself, despite the fact that she was a woman. Being a woman in that circumstance put her at a disadvantage and made her vulnerable and kept the tension very high. But she came through. And she didn't come through because she was the mightiest. She didn't come through because she was the funniest or because she was the toughest. No, she came through because she was the smartest and because she was the bravest. And I suppose you could say she was the craziest too, because she had a lot of crazy ideas. And that pushed her through the ordeal. These guys are entirely missing the point of what makes these characters special. Setting aside the fact that Mushu isn't even in this movie. Despite the fact that they want to preach to minorities, and Eddie Murphy is one of the best fucking voice actors ever, and they're not going to let him reprise his role as Mushu. They'll probably get discount Eddie Murphy, which is fucking, what's his name? Donald Glover, who they've got for The Lion King. If they were going to get anyone, I don't know why, but Disney's really high on Donald Glover. Anyway, but yeah, they completely missed the point of Mulan's story, what makes Mulan as a character. They've hidden behind the fact that they want to stay true to the ballad of Mulan, but that's crap. They're simply making it the politically correct version in live action. They're excluding all of the Disney songs, which I suppose some may find, in today's day and age, some may find a little bit outdated, but I personally think those people are retarded. The Be a Man song is meant to be a very inspiring song, and a very upbeat and happy song. Really, it's meant to motivate and show that you can triumph with determination. That's what happens. And remember, despite Be a Man, the wording of that song, it starts off that way, but at the end of Mulan, they actually flip the script on that, and the men follow Mulan, and they actually get dressed up in funny costumes. It's pretty cute. It's very funny, and that's why the song is so. That's why the song shouldn't offend anybody. It absolutely is meant to be. It's absolutely meant to in context. The Be a Man song in context is absolutely about equality. Out of context, I can see why these idiots online would get upset with it. But it just shows their ignorance and their agenda, and it's fucking disgusting. So what else do I have to say about this? Well, making Li Shang Mulan's, I guess, training partner in the movie. Maybe he's going to be her love interest. Knowing the way these idiots talk about the movie they're in charge of, he probably won't. She'll probably walk all over him, and maybe they'll make him bisexual. I don't freaking know. That'll be retarded. Because it was never meant. That's not how the story goes. I'm still gonna watch it, but just because I'm invested in the character and I just need to see how this plays out for myself. But I have no enthusiasm whatsoever, no optimism. But one more thing that they've fucking cut out of this movie, near as I can tell, and I could be wrong about this, but if Shang is gonna be her training partner, does that mean they're gonna cut out the three adorable sidekicks Mulan had? Yao, Li, and Chimpo. Those three were the most lovable freaking sidekicks of all time, and they were funny as hell. So if they're not in the movie, I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to be more pissed. But I think I read somewhere that they were, but for some reason now I think they're going to be I don't know how that's going to play into the dynamic though, because the dynamic was Shang, Mulan, and those three. If there's going to be two, if Shang's splitting into two, I just don't see how that's going to work. But yeah, guys, very upset, very pissed off. I love Mulan, the 1998 version. I respect with all my heart the Ballad of Mulan, the original story, but that isn't the reason why Disney are changing things, and this fucking proves that, and I'm pissed, disgusted, and I hope, sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but I know a lot of you guys are going to be pissed off just as much as I am. But anyway, leave your thoughts in the comments below. Sorry, I didn't mean to trudge on. I just need to get all my frustrations out there. Hope you enjoyed my little rant. And check out my other content. Binge to your heart's content. And I'll talk to you next time.